What's up, you guys? American, welcome back to my channel. No, you grow up. I'm coming to you today in my crookedly printed shirt with my super exclusive Razar and Razar whiskey glasses. And today we're going to be opening up some figures. As I stated in my community tab, I'm off work for the next 2 weeks and I am super stoked about it. Probably going to be doing a lot of day drinking, so my videos could be a lot better, they could be a lot worse. Time will tell. I said that I was going to do 3 different opening videos, but I have a lot more comic figures than I thought, so I'm actually going to break it up into 4 different videos. So I'm going to do today's video, which is going to be the animated series and the live action figures. I'm going to do a video on just the comic figures, and then I'm going to do a Super 7 TMNT video as well. And then the 4th video will be opening up all the rest of the figures that I collect. So it's probably going to take me a couple hours, but I'm going to start to get all these guys out of their packages. I'm not going to do a deep dive review on every figure. This is more just going to be my first thoughts on everything. So I'll be back in a little bit and everything will be open. Alright, you guys, so I got these figures out of their packages, and I'm going to go through each set of figures separately. So I'll go over the movie figures first, and then I'll move on to the Toon figures. But I'm not mad about the way any of these figures came out. I don't really have a whole lot of gripes, just a little bit of nitpicks here and there. But every single one of these figures came out awesome. NECA, they're just on point right now. They're pretty much slaying everything they do, and I just don't really have a whole lot bad to say about NECA right now. As an adult, I definitely like the first movie better, but when I was a kid, I loved Secret of the Ooze. I watched it 10 million times. It was one of my favorite movies ever. I just could not get enough of it. NECA's movie line has been a slow burn, and it's definitely been the smart move on their part because there's definitely not nearly as much to work with in the cinematic live action universe as there is in like the animated series. But overall, I really like the way that these figures came out. For the first figures, I wasn't really mad that I didn't get the accessory pack, but for this one, I kind of wish I would have because I just don't love these head sculpts. They're not terrible. Mikey's is pretty good and Leo's is pretty good. Even Donnie's isn't bad, but I don't know, Raph's just isn't my favorite, and that just bums me out because Raph's my favorite character, so to just not have a head sculpt I love on him kind of bums me out, so I really hope they open up pre-orders for that accessory pack again. But as far as just objectively looking at these figures, they look amazing. NECA, this is what they do best. The live action figures are their bread and butter, and I know I haven't really talked about these guys a lot, and I'm going to make 2 separate videos for the first movie figures and the Secret of the Ooze figures because I do have a lot to say. I think these are the best NECA turtle figures. I know the Toon line is my favorite to collect, but these figures are amazing. They just do such a good job of capturing those suits, and even the ones from the Coming Out of Their Shells tour, they just look so good. Even though those suits look terrible, I cannot explain to you the charm that these figures have. Taking a look at Shredder here, he came out really good. I definitely prefer the first movie one a little bit more. I like the hot pink a little bit better than I do the purple. And the one thing that bothers me about him is I feel like the rim of his helmet is just a little bit higher on his head than I'd like it to be. That gap just seems a little bit big to me. But if you have his head tilted down like this, it's definitely not as bad. But I don't know, from that angle it just looks like there's a lot of gap there. They just look so lifelike. They look so good. The teeth, everything on these figures look amazing. I know a lot of people don't care for the liver spots on the later figures, and in the 3rd movie they got really bad, but those were the designs that they were working with, and again, they just killed it. These figures just look so good. I never really liked how Mikey had the nunchuck holders on his sides in this movie either. I always liked him when he held them just in his belt. Again, the turtles came out great. I really don't have a whole lot to complain about on the sculpts, like I said, other than Raph's head sculpt. Like it's not terrible, it's just not an expression that I love. And then taking a look at Donnie here, the thing that really threw me off with him is he comes with an extra forearm piece because his little wristband there opens up so you can have his watch, and then it comes with another forearm that you can detach and replace it, and it just has a regular wristband on it. Yeah, these guys look great. Again, his head sculpt, not terrible. It looks very accurate to the movies, but yeah, I don't know. This one might be growing on me. I kind of like this one a little bit more the more I look at it. So yeah, first impressions of these guys, I'm really happy with how they turned out. These figures are great. I got the VHS exclusive box set as well. I'm going to keep those ones in package because, again, it's pointless to open up two of the same figures. And that one is just more of like a collector's item to me. I'm never going to really sell it or anything. It just means a lot to me because, again, this movie was just very special to me. It's one of my favorite childhood movies, so I'm just very happy that we finally got these figures. And I can't wait for the third movie figures to come out. Alright, so moving over to the Toon figures. Again, I don't really have any complaints here. If anything, these are some of the best Toon figures. I love all four of these figures. NECA, they're just, like I said, they're just in the zone right now. They've just got these Toon figures figured out. They're just dialed in. As long as the factory is doing what they're supposed to do, these figures are just home runs every time. A little bit of weird deco stuff going on the inside of the Dark Turtle's mouth, and I'm pretty sure all of his stuff is swappable with the other turtles, like the new style ones. I haven't watched a review of the Dark Turtle yet, so I didn't know he had the bendy wire cape, and that is just such a nice touch. Like, this is an exclusive figure done right. He came out awesome. We're gonna take a look at him right now. He might be one of my favorite figures now. I can't believe how good he looks. Like I said, other than, I don't know if I can get it on camera here, but just kind of some weird stuff going in on his mouth. Yeah, but that's about my only nitpick with this figure. He turned out great. And again, the bendy wire cape just makes it so much more fun to pose. You can do so much more with him. Just give him so much more animated looks. Scrag, I'm definitely going to keep in his mutated form, at least for now anyway. I'm assuming the 4-pack with the rest of the gang members is probably going to be a Comic-Con exclusive. I'd be surprised if that was just a regular 4-pack. And I'd be even some more surprised if they did it in 2s. But if they do that, maybe I'll change him back to human form. But I don't know. He's, again, just one of the coolest looking mutants too. I think he only appears in the cartoon like 2 times or something like that, just for a couple of seconds. But yeah, he just turned out awesome. I really like his duster. So taking a look at Toca and Razar, I did my top 10 NECA figures before I had these guys. It was literally like right before I got them. And I wish I would have waited because at least these guys would have gotten an honorable mention, if not made it into my top 10. They are some of the best Toon figures. Like, I just can't believe what a good job they're doing right now with the Toon line. These figures just look so great. Even the paint's starting to get better on them. It's not even as flaky as it used to be. The materials just feel like they're getting better. They're just not that, like, almost, I can't explain the materials like that these turtles back here are made out of, but they just don't feel at all how these ones feel. They feel like they're just made with such better materials. And again, I have no complaints other than a couple deco issues here and there, but again, these are just some of the best Toon figures yet. I'm gonna have to sit down and think about it, but I think there might be somebody in here that's gonna be a top 10 figure of the year contender for me. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed hearing all my first thoughts on these figures. Again, there's going to be a lot more to come with the live action movie stuff. I've barely scratched the surface on my thoughts with these guys, and I do think they're the best figures that NECA makes. I think the live action stuff is what they do best, and they are just slaying these. I also think they're just in the zone with their Toon figures now. They just keep getting better and better. The quality keeps getting better, and I just have fewer and fewer complaints as time goes on. I think NECA is making my favorite toys right now. They're probably my favorite toy company right now. They have just made so many strides in the last couple years, and they've just really gotten their shit together, and I just couldn't be happier with what they're doing. That being said, my next opening video is going to be all my Super 7 figures, and I do not foresee it being as fun as this one was. We all know the problems with Waves 5 and 6, and I've only opened up my Slash figure and Krang so far, so I'm sure I'm in for a world of hurt coming up. Thank you again to all my subscribers. Thank you guys for sticking around, liking, commenting. I've been having a blast talking with you guys. Again, you're just commenting more and more and more, and I just love hearing your thoughts. I love having a discussion, and that's why I started this channel. I wanted to open up more dialogue. I wanted to kind of create my own place for people to come and kind of create my own environment and culture, and that's kind of exactly what's happening right now, and I just couldn't be happier with how things are going. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to me. Say this at the end of every video. Pipe in with your 2 cents. It doesn't matter if they don't align with mine. Your opinions are just as valid as mine are. But that's all I got for this one, so take it easy, be safe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.